Welcome along. It's 29th of December 2020 and this is my latest winter vlog. Now I got down Stockton Reservoir this morning hoping to do a day on there. Unfortunately there's already 14 anglers on the lake when I had to walk around there. And they're all covering the areas of the lake that I wanted to be on from past experience in the winter where I might be able to nick a bite from. And there's no chance for me to move if I set up somewhere on there and then I saw a fish top. There wasn't really much of a chance of me getting on them without intruding on someone else's space. I like my own space as well when I'm fishing. So I've ended up coming up to the local free pool again where I've been the last few winter vlogs. Now I come down here a couple of days ago for 3 hours into dark with a friend. He didn't catch and neither did I. All I got was these sunset photos. So I'm on peg 13 today. Flicked both rods out together to start with in the same spot. So I got a few liners when I was up here the other day from that area. So I'm going to start on there. It's the wind direction, everything's still the same. Although it is bitterly cold. It's going to feel like highs of -2 or 3 today and it's about 2 degrees. It's even snowing on my way in today. So I'm going to fish here, see what happens, keeping my eyes on the water. I'm sat hiding in my van, so you can put the van behind the pegs here. And I'm going to hope that if I don't have a bite that the carp shows itself, so I've got an idea whereabouts they're hiding. It's only a small lake, as you all know. It's pretty easy to see where they are. And hopefully we might have one out on my last fish of 2020. So we're about an hour into the session and I've had a liner. So I've dropped one rod, a lot shorter than it was. And then I've put one down next to where I chucked a bit of bait in the other day before I left, close to the reeds on the far side. I'm not going to lie, it is bitterly cold. I don't fancy my chances, to be honest. I didn't really up Stockton Reservoir, so whether or not I'm going to be here till dark about 4:30, I'm not too sure. It is freezing. Well, it's full-blown snowing now. It's coming up to 11:30. I don't know how long I'm going to stick it out. I haven't seen a carp. It is freezing. The flakes are getting bigger. Don't think it's going to settle. So it's now 12:10. We've been here just over 2 hours and the snow's eased off. So as soon as it did, I jumped out and recast both my rods. I've chucked them in a lot closer, literally an underarm chuck now, both of them are out towards the middle, using the same far bank markers I've been using for both rods since I got here. The reason being is both rods have had a liner on and I think they're a lot closer to me than where I'm thinking they actually are. I'm not seeing one top or any swells or anything like that, but I don't think I'm going to be honest. It is that bitterly cold outside. The rods been in their new positions no less than 20 minutes. I've had a screaming run and I've gone and lost it. I'm gutted. So I quickly got my rod back out and I've got the other rod re-chucked. So I've got both rods together now on the spot where I just had that fish from. It didn't feel very big at all. I'm talking like it was probably going to be less than £5. But a carp in this weather is a carp. So it's now 2:15 and I haven't had a touch since I lost that one earlier. I've had a re-chuck of both rods. I've run out of PVA now, so they're just on singles. One's on a raspberry ripple wafter. I've just put a fresh bait on. They've been in goo for nearly 2 years now. And then the other one's chocolate orange pop-up. And what I've thought is maybe when the catastrophe happened, I lost that fish earlier on, possibly the fish might have backed off a little bit. So the right-hand rod I've chucked a little bit further back. That's the pop-up. And the wafter, I've just, like I said, put a fresh bait on. I've just put that back in the same spot where I had the run from, which I lost. Starting to get some breaks in the sky. The wind has turned 180 degrees from the way it was going when I got here. And I haven't tried today. My favourite little margin spot, just off the end of that peg. Well, what do you know? It's 3:15. I was just slowly starting to pack up. And my one last roll of the dice, I'd cast it a little over to my right and I topped a wafter, the raspberry ripple ones and the wonderberry goo. Topped it with a big piece of pop-up corn. And it's took 20-25 minutes and this little commons took it. It's hardly put up any kind of a scrap. It's absolutely freezing. But this little common has saved my blank. What I thought all was lost earlier on. I'm going to get him back in. So I've had to work blooming hard to get that one. I didn't think it was going to happen today. It was drizzle when I came up here. They went into sleet, into snow, into rain. And now to end the day, the clouds are clearing and the sun's come out as it's going down. It's going to be a very chilly night. I never thought I'd get one in the end after losing that one at lunchtime. But I managed to do it. So all I can say now is please have a look at my other videos. Thank you very much for watching.